Okay, last but not least, the NFC South. We'll start with Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons are an intriguing team. They have been the team that cannot get over the hump in the NFC in the playoffs. They actually couldn't win a playoff game there for a while, but last year they finally did. Um, like I said before, Matt Ryan is knocking on the door of being an elite quarterback. They have all the weapons they need. Julio Jones is ridiculous. He's, in my opinion, top three, top five receiver in the league. Roddy White is a very good receiver. They went out and got Steven Jackson, who's an upgrade from Michael Turner, and they still have Tony Gonzalez. He's going to play one more year for him. So now that I think about it, you have the Broncos, Packers, Saints, and Falcons. Those four offenses, unless they have offensive line problems, they're going to score tons of points, like tons of points. Okay, so you heard it here first. That's them on offense. On defense, the Falcons, they have a few good players, some playmakers, but they're kind of like a bend but don't break defense. But their offense is going to score so much that it won't really matter. So I see them definitely have a winning record this year. I haven't seen their schedule, so I can't really be specific. Moving on to the Panthers. The Panthers are intriguing because I think their defense is kind of a sleeper defense. They stocked up on their D-line in the draft. They have Luke Kuechly, who's, I mean, he's like a top five linebacker, and he is in his second year. Just a tackling machine. John Beeson and Thomas Davis, those guys, have been injured a lot, but they're both healthy this year. So if you think about it, that D-line and then those linebackers together, that's pretty ridiculous. And as long as that secondary isn't too weak, that defense can keep points low. So then now the pressure shifts to the offense. You have Cam Newton, who's trying to prove that he's not a fluke. He wasn't, he had the sophomore slump. So what's good about them is they've always had D'Angelo and Jonathan Stewart sharing the ball, right? Well, Jonathan Stewart isn't healthy right now, so it's going to be straight D'Angelo. So D'Angelo's going to have a big year. Cam Newton is going to have a big year. Cam Newton is trying to get away from the stigma that he's just a running quarterback. So he wants to throw, and he wants to show that he can be a pocket passer. So he has the ability to do that. Steve Smith, he's like the ageless wonder, man. I get him every year in fantasy, and he never lets me down. He's like 34 or something. He's like really pretty old, but he just keeps on doing it. So I'm a big fan. Greg Olson's solid in the middle. Good hands. Dependable. He's gonna you know what you're gonna get out of him. Besides that, I believe, didn't they sign Ted Ginn? Ted Ginn, I think I just saw him running away from Pittsburgh Steelers in the preseason on a deep pattern from Derek Anderson. So he's like a good maybe slot guy, or just let him go on a fly route and throw him the ball because he's fast as hell. Besides that, on offense, their offensive line isn't bad at all, and like I said, if Cam can put up points, they can win games because that defense is good enough. Moving on to the Saints. Like I said, the Saints are going to score tons of points. They have their coach back, Peyton. He is an offensive genius. Him and Drew Brees should not be allowed in the same room together because they know too much about scoring points. Besides Drew Brees, obviously you have Marquez Colston, and they're saying Kenny Stills looks like a breakout candidate. I don't know anything about Kenny Stills, but that's what I hear. Obviously, same story with the running backs by committee. I hate that, but they have Ingram, they have Darren Sproles out of the backfield, they have Pierre Thomas. So what else is new? They have the best tight end in the NFL, in my opinion, Jimmy Graham. Maybe because Gronk's hurt right now, but still, he's unbelievable. So Breeze has all the weapons that he needs to score tons of points, and their offense will be fun to watch. Now their defense was pretty bad last year. Now I believe they brought in Rob Ryan as their D coordinator. Now whether or not that'll translate into being a good defense, not so sure. Like I said, same thing with the Falcons. Their defense doesn't need to be elite. They just need to be in the middle of the road, because that offense is going to score so much that you just got to keep people in the middle. So they're going to win a lot of games. I see them and the Falcons going to the playoffs this year. And then last team in the NFC South is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers, they have some intrigue to them. They got Darrelle Revis. Now, some people weren't sure if Darrelle Revis was still Darrelle Revis. Well, guess what? He is. He's the best lockdown cornerback in the NFL, and that hurts to say because I love Joe Hayden. But he is. He's the number one cornerback in the NFL. Their defense has some solid players. You know, the linebacker Levante David was a steal in the draft. He's a tackle machine. So is the other linebacker. His name is Mason. They have, I mean, their defense is solid. They stacked up on the defensive line. Now on offense, I'm not a fan of Josh Freeman at all. I am a fan of Doug Martin. He's a do-it-all running back. Vincent Jackson produced. I didn't think he was going to produce, but he did. And then you have Mike Williams on the other side. So Freeman has some. He has some weapons. Their offensive line is good enough. So they have the weapons to. I think pretty much their downfall is Josh Freeman. Josh Freeman is a mediocre quarterback, and he's going to hold them back from, contending with the Falcons and the Saints, in my opinion. But besides that, I mean, everything else is there. The winning recipe. Their defense is a lot better than it was last year, and they have weapons on offense. So Josh Freeman is the problem. But anyways, that is the NFC. I hope you enjoyed. This is my last video until after week 1 of the regular season, and then I'll just be doing a weekly fantasy football advice thing, and also a weekly Cleveland Browns just talk. So I hope you enjoyed all the preseason stuff, but season starts on Sunday, baby. Let's go. Go Browns.